My name is Vergel. I go by Vergel Villasin. I'm from Cebu City. My first career as a merchant marine, I traveled overseas. I recall, I mentioned some name like Balintawak is always waiting for me when I arrive because he's gonna be so happy because you know what, environment pasalubong, kind of thing. Ooh, Virgil is here, just like this. And the drinking spree lasted for, it's gonna be like days. Those things that make a group happy when there is like alcohol and all that. So for those people who never know what Balintawak is all about, Balintawak is the name of the street, as people know. We only call it Balintawak style because people from Tatay and Siong, when he broke out from the Dosi Paras, he found that place with Vergel Bacoli in Balintawak Street from Lorenzo Saavedra at the time. My dad told me about that, and to Tatay and Siong at the time. And then I think Tatay and Siong was still 14 years old at the time when he started. That's what, kind of. And he's the youngest per se in that time, Lorenzo Saavedra, and then down to Tatay and Siong. Because Balintawak is the art, we can call it Balintawak now. Before it's not Balintawak. During those times, they practiced double stake, those times. It was called Cebu Fencing Club or what, some sort of, there's another name for that. But Tatay and Siong decided to use single stake, and he is great on that. Single stake up to now, we practice, that is his idea. And he chooses single stake because there's so much you can do. You can have your free hand and do more things, and when it's holding something, it can punch, can poke, can hold, can chop, and all that. Together with this, it's not only all stakes. In the 1950s, when my dad joined down there, he met these guys like Delpin Lopez, Moncal, and everyone down there, And then so as my dad, when he came there and joined, he was being laughed at, because that time, those practitioners and all that were just ordinary guys. But my dad was the only professional now. He was a lawyer and all kind of thing. Why are you here? You have a good profession and all that, some sort of, well, I like it. Actually, the family that we listen has already their own. But still, even though my dad knows about a little bit of it, but when he saw it, that kind of Tatay and Siong was introducing about it, he was, because Balintawak, he always passed by that street from his office, his law office. He was wondering why there's a lot of people. You know, in the Philippines, when there's something going on, really trying to be nosy, rubbernecking like this. Oh, what is that going on? And then he was so nosy too. And when he found it, oh, I like this. He signed up himself and all that. It's totally different now. When you sign in that group before, you end up go home, bruises, buckle, and sometimes lose tooth. After the class, after the session, they have your nail or a spot of blood down there because it's so rough. Bobby can testify that too, because he ended up beaten up. That's why he said never hurt the student. That's my dad's motto. They come here to learn, protect themselves, and never get hurt. Now, how the hell are you going to hurt them? They'd rather be hurt from outside than you guys, because you already studying, learning how to hurt and beat up people. The people outside don't beat up like us, so never hurt students. I was 8 years old. Yeah, my experience is totally different because, of course, you don't hurt your son or it's very careful. But the thing is just he was very excited as well. My dad and my mom they're always fighting because he always go in front of the mirror. He broke mirrors after mirrors of our apartment. That's why my mom was very come on, Joe. He goes like this. Why did you? That's why I have informed now I have myself in front, no more aparador, it's me just holding the stick like this. And then sticks going over my head. I go like this. And then it's like, don't close your eyes. It's my training like this. Don't close your eyes, just like that. I feel tired sometimes. The stick fell down. It's just like, I think that's my first lesson, to be patient. For some reason, like, I just wait. And, things that you don't want to do, like, it turns out to be like a sacrifice. I don't like it. At the time, right? It's kind of, for me, it's a tedious, like a work that you don't want to do. Like, but I can't resist. It's your dad calling you like this. And then for some reason, after that, I literally learned to love it. I learned everything, the basic, like black and counter, like, and all of that, like, Plus another thing, like, I offended him because I tore his notebook, his spring book. I tore him, and I know how to make like origami. I make both, like, that is my dad's lesson from Tatay and Show. And he don't have so much because he always say like, only one technique, and he goes, he is not like any other else, like, he wanted to have everything, but he said, what is my dad's philosophy, what is there when I have so much that I only remember one? What's the purpose of having all? So literally, he always focused on what's the lesson for that, and I lost it, and I tore it. But he already did. I have it. But the thing is, that's like, you tore it down, and it is for you. It's gonna be yours to keep. And then years roll down the road. That's why Mother's like, he said, like, we are growing big. That time, there's always like, who is who, and stick fighting in Filipino martial arts. Because Tatay and Chong sometimes they say, oh, we have a bad from Cagayan, this date, like December 25 or whatever. Who among you here wants to go? Goes like this. How about you, Delphin? You're too, like, you're too tough for these guys. Like, you say, oh, tomorrow, I think I'm gonna be sick. Oh, I'm gonna ask my wife first. My dad was surprised, like, wow, what happened to these guys that used to be tough, those people kill us and all this? He said, like, maybe I can do that. Everybody was laughing, oh, what happened, Joe? You're just so new and all that. Like, I'm saying, wait a minute, let me talk. When I fight, I'm gonna be bringing our name. Balintawak is not only yours, it's for everybody, including me. Since you cannot do it, I'll do it myself. But you're still laughing? Oh, wait a minute. I cannot afford to lose because of Balintawak. You are here. So, okay. Joe, Monday, you be with me. I'll train you. You can say, Delphin said, oh, Tuesday, you'll be with me. And cut it short, Tatay and John said, you have me every day, Joe. I go to your house and all that. It was there, and my dad, he shoot it all like a barbecue, all this knowledge, like, this is how he explained it to me. This is surprise, like, that's my dad, how he speak, like, I got it all. That is my technique, how to get it, like, instead of having their beaten up and all that, I got it all. Style of them, all that, plus Tatay's and Chong's style, and that's why he learned fast. And that guy from Cagayan, he beat up and all that. It's a death match, like Irma, like, how do you say, design. It's like, yeah, anything happened to me, you had no obligations, none of us. Like, so this is, they beat him up. That's why Tatay and Chong, whenever there is like, challenge, he always says, my dad, and goes, and he likes it. Because all we are learning now is just the defensive states, because that is the hardest thing to learn. What had happened, that's why for some reason, like, he don't want anybody in our class like get hurt. So it's very particular. So things is just like they learn it the right way and all that. Well, it's always been, but hurting, touching, no, definitely no, because this is self-defense now. How can you get hurt when you kind of thing like? But this is gonna be hurting. But sometimes we flex kind of thing. Like touching is just like mild. You know how to do it. In your years, thing like it looks like so hard, but the thing is just like bring it back. It's an arrangement, just like anything else. Like judo, you have to kiss the ground. That's like roll and fall. When you're tired, and there's a lot of things happens like out of control when you're tired. When you're tired, you should rest to avoid accidental shots and all that. You get hit. Being an instructor, you know how many times you get hit? That's right. You know, it'd rather be you get hurt than the student. Because my dad invented the grouping techniques and all that. And that's what the Villasin style, particularly for kind of thing, for techniques. Grouping is not fighting. We are training our student to react because, as per se, as my dad said, like this is possible. This move and techniques and the portion of that, this level, like group 1, group 2, up to 5, these are the possible shots in a real fight. And in a real fight, this is only like grouping, say, group number 1, lifting and clearing, like when somebody, your opponent gonna grab it like this, what you gonna do? That's kind of thing, like, you want to hit. So what you do? Free hands, you're gonna lift and hit. And then when he block, so it's gonna be crossed. So what are you gonna do? So you clear it so you can hit it back. So that's the continuous, it's just a possible thing. Maybe one of those in a real fight, but not the whole thing. And then number 2, number 3, and so on and so forth, and 5. But the thing is, when they say, oh, that's different from the, no, it's a matter of the hand. Remember, this is lifting and clearing, how you lift it. Because the purpose is just like some guys, like this should be. That's why I suggest when you teach grouping, you should tell them some opponents will have to hold their hands, thinking that they are at advantage because they're getting grabbed, right? No, but it's not. So what happened now is just like never compare your style to our style, whatever. Because if you do, you always end up in vain, because for always there is lesser and greater style or whatever. But the truth is, it's all the same. So hug them all and add it onto yours, and that's all there is. It's just a matter of which hand. The hand varies, but Balintawak is all the same. I like to teach because I learned to love the art firsthand. I told you, like, it's a tedious things to do. I never had like any other normal, like, kids enjoy their childhood. It's kind of like my time being a child, like, it's not so much fun, especially when my dad have visitors. He gonna call me. He gonna break my time with my playmates. Come up, we'll show them. He tried to demo and all that, like, especially Tatay Pilo Villas when he visited the house, and Tatay Anchang as well, and he said, like, oh my gosh, you go. My feelings of having this is just like when he died, it's just like he put it on my shoulder, all the tasks, like, keep this. Speaking about Arnis or Eskrima in the Philippines, yes, there's a lot of style, but there's only 2 particular style lineage. If you're not a Balintawak, you're a Dusipares, or if you're a Dusipares, you're a Balintawak, and that's the truth. And that's a rivalry going on those days and everything. That's why they wonder when I get here, how do you get along with those people down there with all those lineage and all those hands and discipline and all that? Because we're all together in the FMA. Just like I want to hug them all together. We stand divided, we fall. That's my motto in that time with Grandmaster Alex's friends and all that. That to gather them around so we can produce and introduce Filipino martial arts in the world per se, in the U.S. first. And then I break the ice. I broke the ice because I said, like, we're gathered here, like, we're not compete. We're no longer like in the Philippines, like Jose and Balintawak are really like in competition in that time. But now here it's totally different now. We're free. FMA is one big umbrella for all of us, and I love it. Like, I hug them all. My future role for Villasin Balintawak, other than what I had promised to my dad in his dying bed, when he gave it's your responsibility now. You're now a grandmaster as well as your brothers and all that. Continue this. Let it be known from all over, and that's what it is. We don't have so much ads and advertisement, but he said like Balintawak, Villasin Balintawak is just like water. Seeks its own level. Don't worry about it, because all the students you're going to have, it's just a matter of calling. They come to you for a purpose. And for those who come and fly away, they're gonna come back someday if they are really calling.